Hello and welcome to Imaan Driving School. I hope all of you are safe and well. In this video, I am going to present an actual driving test footage of one of my students, Anisa.
Thank you so much for all your lessons. I'm so happy that I passed. The lessons were very valuable. Thank you.
Right, thank you very much and well done for your good driving. Thank you. So well done and congratulations to Anisa for passing her test at very first attempt. This test took place in June 2021 at Mitcham Driving Test Center. This test has no voice recording of the examiner or the student due to the privacy and data protection issues. Alright guys, so I'm gonna do some commentary on this test route and discuss her driving, and will let you guys know how she tackles the hazards and different traffic situations throughout. As always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and feel free to follow me on Instagram and Facebook. This test started off with the sat-nav drive. So at the end of the road, the sat-nav asked her to turn right. So she is watching her center mirror, right mirror, signal to the right, positioning to the right. On approaching, she is looking for her right and looking left and waiting for the safe gap. So once the safe gap come or anyone give way on the right hand side, then she will proceed and then move forward. Alright, so someone gave way onto the right, so she just move off, and then on the left there was a clear as well, and then just come to the road safely. And obviously once you come to the new road, you have to check your center mirror, and the road is very clear and the weather is very dry and sunshine, so she is driving with a 5 to 6 car gap. Okay, sensibly slowing down the car and let this black cab come. Okay, there's a gentleman who's just crossing the road, so she just let him go as well. Alright, so in a minute there is a Lombard roundabout coming up ahead, and sat-nav asks her to turn right at the roundabout 4th exit. Right, so she's approaching on a roundabout with her MSPSL routine checks. So she is turning her right at the roundabout 4th exit, which is over the 12 o'clock. So she checked her center mirror, right mirror, signal right, approaching on the roundabout, look her right, left, both side, and then waiting for the good and safe gap. Once the safe gap comes, then she proceed. Alright, so she's waiting patiently, and now she just come out when the gap is providing her opportunity. So she's just passing her 3rd exit. Now she will check her left mirror, signal left, and then just get out from the roundabout safely and just smoothly without putting anyone in danger. And then she's going to proceed from here because the speed limit is 30 on this road. Okay, so she's progressing very nicely and gently. Alright, so SatNav asked her to turn left on the next road. So she's obviously checking her center mirror, left mirror, signal left, and then positioning to the left, and then come to the road nicely and gently. Okay, then the SatNav asked her to bear right. So she just following the road round to the right. Alright, so this is the first pull up on the left. The examiner asked her to pull up on the left whenever it's safe and convenient. Right, so this is a meeting situation. She's just proceeding very slowly. Remember, less gap, less speed. That should be the technique and formula whenever you're dealing or meeting the traffic situation. You should really slow the car, assess the situation, and then proceed after. Right, so there is a bendy road coming up, so she's approaching nicely and slowly. Keep in mind then any traffic can come from the other side of the bend, so you have to approach nice and slowly. Alright, so she's progressing very nicely on this 20 miles an hour road. And now slowing down because of the situation, because you can see there is a queuing up on the right hand side, and the road is a little bit tight, and you can see there's a meeting situation again coming up, and then she's progressing very nicely and slowly. Right, so there is a temporary traffic light, so she's just waiting here and then obviously waiting for the light to change to green. The light has changed, but she is still waiting. As you can see, there is a traffic is not allowed her to move, so she is waiting sensibly here. Right, so you can see there is a very tight meeting situation, and she is doing superb and excellent job. As you can see, the traffic is not allowed her to move, so she just stopped the car and then waiting and passing very much slowly. And then keep in mind there is a barriers on the left hand side and right hand side. The traffic is keep coming, but she is just passing it very nicely and slowly. So it's quite a challenging road actually, this one, because of the road works, but she is dealing it very nicely and excellently. Alright, so the sat nav asks her to turn right, so she's just checking her center mirror, right mirror, signal right, positioning in the middle of the road, waiting for upcoming traffic. Obviously she just deciding to stop here because of the pedestrians crossing, and then obviously the car was coming out as well, so there was a situation demands her to stop, although it was her right, but just because of the pedestrian she sensibly stopped there and then let those pedestrians go, and the same time the car is took the advantage as well, but that was a situation demand. Okay, so there's another pull up on the left, so she just pulled the car on the left very nicely, gently and smoothly, and keeping the gap the car ahead as well, a reasonable gap, then she can steer out. Now she's joining the dual carriageway in a minute. Before that there was a zebra crossing, there was no one on the crossing, and now she has to join the dual carriageway. So she's checking her hard shoulder on her right. Obviously before that she has to check center mirror, right mirror, and then chin to shoulder, and signal to the right, and she's sensibly moved because she checked finally is anyone coming on her right, but once the safe gap came, then she proceed, and then she's switching the lane to the left, as the general driving rules for the learners has to be on the left hand lane unless turn right, otherwise you have to be on the left hand lane. Okay, so there is a 40 miles an hour road. Obviously she is proceeding and progressing, but as you can see there is a traffic light coming up ahead, so she is anticipating for light can change from green to red, so that's why she is approaching and anticipating for the lights. Right, so light has changed, so and then she stopped very gently and smoothly. Right, once the light has changed, she checked both her right and left mirror and moved the car. And now at the roundabout, the sat-nav asked her to turn right, third exit. So she has to plan ahead, and she has to switch the lane from the left to her right. So obviously she has checked her routine, and she has to check her center mirror, right mirror, then signal to the right, move her car to the right on a reasonable time once the gap or anyone allowed from the right hand lane. And once she moved, then she has to do the MSPSL routine again, check her center mirror, right mirror, signal right, positioning already on the right hand side, check on her right, and wait for the safe gap. Obviously the safe gap just now coming, and now she is just moving to her right on a roundabout. Keep indicator on to the right unless she passed the second exit, and then once she passed the second exit, she has to check her left mirror and then change the signal to the left. Okay, now she's checked the mirror, signaling to the left, moving the car to the left, and then take the exit. All right, and now from here the sat-nav asked her to bear right, so that's why she just switched her lane to the right hand lane, and then because she has to bear right and then taking this exit. As you can see, there is a few cars waiting ahead. Remember, the test is in the morning, 7 o'clock, early morning test, and then now the traffic is start building up. All right, so she's just taking the exit and approaching to the junction nicely and slowly, and obviously she has to check her chin to shoulder and then make sure there is traffic is allowing her to join this carriageway. Okay, so she obviously approaching slowly, keeping in mind checking her mirror and waiting for the gap, and obviously waiting for someone to give way. And you can see the road is merging, or the from the two lanes to single lane, so obviously the traffic is coming from right hand side, and also the merging from two lanes to one lane. So you have to check your right mirror and make sure there is no one is just coming to you on your right hand side. Alright, so she's doing sensibly well. Let the van go and then joining the road after. Well done. Alright, so sat-nav asked her to turn right on the next road. Okay, so there is no entry on your right, so obviously after this there is a road coming. So obviously she is again checking her MSPSL routine, mirror signal, position, speed and look. Right, so you can see she's maintaining the very good stopping distance. As you can see, the tire and tarmac can be easily seen. So good sensible driving. Right, so she's turning right. As you can see, there is a lay-by on the right, so she's just bringing her car into this center reservation. Alright, so there's another pull-up on the left, and she is doing very nicely and safely. Okay, at the traffic light, turn left. Right, so stopping the car, and keep in mind there is a cycle and motorcycle box ahead of her. Right, so she's joining a dual carriageway. Okay, so again this is a 40 miles an hour route, and then she is progressing very well. Okay, so there's a few cars ahead of her, and then stopping distance is perfectly fine. You can see the tire of the car ahead. As I said, there's a traffic building up time now. And the test started at 7:15, and now the time almost 8 o'clock, so it's a busy time starting of the day. So that's why she's getting some traffic. Again, very smart thinking. As you can see, the traffic light is green, but she's not blocking the pedestrian crossings. As if she just blocked the pedestrian crossings, no one can cross the road. So again, awareness of the situation. So the road is merging from 2 lanes to single lane. And again, she did very sensible thinking that let this van go first. So she is stay behind and then letting this van go. Very sensible thinking. Again, situation awareness. So she's keep entrance clear, not blocking any entrance on her left. Well done. Okay, and then only moving when she's making sure there is a space is available. And remember, whenever you're sitting in the traffic for a while, whenever you move off again, you have to make sure check your right and left mirror always, just because of any motorcyclist and cyclist can approach you on the right and left hand side. Right, so she's keeping her car on the left as she is going straight ahead, and obviously when the examiner don't ask you to turn right, it's automatically understood that you have to keep going ahead. Okay, so now the examiner asked her to take second exit at the roundabout or straight ahead. So she's keeping her car to the left. Okay, so this could be a challenging time of the day to dealing the Lombard roundabout. As you can see, the traffic is building up, and then sometime you have to wait here for ages to go out, but you have to make sure don't take any chance or risk unless there is a safe gap come on the right hand side. Otherwise you have to wait patiently. Don't take any pressure from the traffic behind. Just keep calm and then only proceed when it's safe to do so. Again, sensible thinking, didn't go out with the van, because if you go out with the van, you don't know who is coming from the right hand side. Could be a motorcyclist. So you have to make sure once you do your own observation, then you have to proceed. And she did very superb job here to didn't go out with the van, and she did her own observation and then proceed only when it's safe. Well done. Okay, so she's stopping the car here. Let this car come, as the car was already halfway, so she decided to let this car go. And again, situation awareness. Well done. As I said to you, this is a morning time. So many people are walking around. Traffic is in rush, and then she is actually driving with very carefully, which is a very good thinking, because this time of the morning you have to be very careful and keep an eye on your surrounding. Sometimes the pedestrian is crossing, so you have to keep an eye, anticipate, and then make sure you have to slow down. If someone is on the middle of the road, obviously there is no zebra crossing, but still you have to keep an eye and then let the pedestrian go if they are on the middle of the road. So she is actually doing a wonderfully superb job. As you can notice, there is motorcyclists are keep going around. So as I said to you, keep in mind whenever you slow down or stopping the car, you have to make sure check your right and left mirror before you move off. Okay, again situation awareness, because she's not blocking the entrance. Let this car go. Okay, so she's gonna turn left into the test center, the ultimate destination. Alright guys, so she's back on the test center, but you guys noticed that there was no maneuver yet. So that's mean the examiner will ask her to do the maneuver at the end of this test drive on a test center. So the examiner asked her to do reverse bay parking maneuver, which she is gonna do now. And also there's an indicator these days because of the COVID. As you guys know that if you make a mistake, the examiner will get back to you test center immediately after you've done the serious or major fault. But if you do not do any serious fault or major fault and the examiner will ask you to do the maneuver at the end of the test, that means that you have done no major or serious fault. So that is a indicator that you haven't failed yet. So still you have to do the maneuver right, otherwise if you do it wrong you may still fail. So keep your nerves calm down and make sure do your maneuver right. Obviously she has done the maneuver perfectly fine and obviously she passed the test. So well done and excellent job to Anisa for passing her test. Alright guys, so thank you very much for watching this video. I hope that you guys like this video, and for future driving test videos don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I wish you all the best for your future driving test, and I will see you in my next video. Till then, goodbye and take care.